Hello, everyone. I am live, and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I am Giovanni. I am actually in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. I'm in a room here. I guess technically this is kind of like the living room. So I'm in the LA area right now. I'm in that haunted hotel, which is the Roosevelt in Hollywood. So I'm using the Wi-Fi here. I don't know how good it's gonna work, but I just started to do this little live stream now and do a little horror talk episode, as you know, being Friday the 13th. So I was like, let me do a Friday the 13th special since I'm here at this hotel, and so far no sightings, no weird noises yet, noises or anything like that. So yeah, so from my understanding, supposedly it is a haunted hotel or whatever. So I guess there was this little girl who drowned here many decades ago, and some of the staff have mentioned that she's been spotted around here. And there's also this man in a tuxedo that has been spotted here, and a man in a white suit. There's also some supposed sighting that you can see Marilyn Monroe's reflection in the mirror that she used while she was staying here, because apparently she stayed here for quite a bit at this hotel, again, many decades ago. So I'm staying here tonight. So I was like, let me do this live stream, just this quick little episode since I'm already here. Why not? So in the background here, this goes out to the main street there, Hollywood. So if you were to go outside over there, you'll see the Hollywood, the Hollywood stars at the bottom on the ground or whatever, of all the stars or whatever. So you will see that over there. So let me know if you see any kind of weirdness going on in the background, because I'm sitting in this little chair here. If you see anything moving, let me know. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly check here the connection, because like I said, this is the Wi-Fi from the hotel, so I don't know how good it is. I'm surprised I'm even able to do this. So I'm gonna try it in just a bit here, so give me a moment here. I'm gonna mute the mic because I just want to test out the sound and the video and stuff like that. So hold on just a sec. Okay, so it looks like we're back here. So I just wanted to check, the mic, the picture, and things like that with the Wi-Fi and stuff like that with the hotel. So again, everyone who's just tuning in right now, I am from I'm actually staying at the hotel, the Roosevelt Hollywood Hotel in the LA area, obviously in Hollywood. So that's where I'm at now, and supposedly it's a haunted hotel. It's really old. It opened like in 1927. This hotel held the very first Oscars, the very first Academy Awards. So this is the first time that they ever did the award ceremony. It was here. It was at this hotel. So it's a very old hotel. It's nearly 100 years old. So there's definitely some history here. So we're staying here this Friday the 13th. So I was like, let's go ahead and I'm just going to do a quick live stream here. So Apologize for the connection here because I was able to tell a little bit that it's a little laggy. I'm using their Wi-Fi, so just sorry about that. But I'm gonna go and move forward here with this quick episode of Horror Talk for this Friday the 13th special. So happy Friday the 13th, everyone. It is Friday night in Southern California. It is 8:12 p.m. since I am live right now. And let me just, I'm just going to do a few things here. Just the things that I normally do here, right? So when I do these live streams. So like always, subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I have done so already for future content. And I have a lot of giveaways. There's still a couple giveaways actually that are open right now that are still, you can still enter to win. So they're about to close because the Spider-Man one, for example, the Spider-Man one for the Spider-Man 2 PS5 game, that one is about to close closer to the end of next week. So this giveaway is about to close. And a couple weeks ago, I did announce this giveaway, the Funko Pop of the Vampire Jack giveaway. So that one is still open. So just follow the instructions like you normally would. Go to my social media, Instagram. There's also a short video that talks about this announcement. There's some details there too as to how you can enter. The main thing is obviously you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel, follow the Instagram page at The Movie Canon, and actually you must have a mailing address within the United States. So all those details are in there. So that's still the same. So that's it for the giveaways for now. And what I wanted to talk about here today, what I ideally wanted to do is I was hoping for some news on Friday the 13th franchise, Jason Voorhees, things like that. There wasn't really anything new this week. Sometimes studios, they hold on to things to kind of release some based on good timing. So like, I know they're working on a Friday the 13th series, which is going to be on Peacock, and sometimes they hold on to certain information and they wait until like a specific, a very good timing time frame. So like Friday the 13th would be a good, time to do that, right? But there wasn't really anything, so I was hoping for something, but there really isn't anything. So yeah, there's still Friday the 13th TV series coming, and like I said, it's going to be on Peacock, and there's not that many details about it yet, but there was some bit news about Halloween, the Halloween franchise, Michael Myers and things like that, because there is Miramax Films did actually win the bid when it comes to buying the TV rights. So Miramax Films, who was already kind of like the co-owners of the Halloween franchise as far as the movies is concerned, they wanted the rights for the TV as well. So it looks like they have some kind of big plans or whatever to have some kind of a cinematic universe. So now they'll have the rights for the film, and now they have the TV rights. So what they're going to do with them, I have no idea, but they did win the bid, so they are now the owners of the TV rights as well, on top of the film rights of Halloween, the Halloween franchise. So that was just a little bit of news there that I want to talk about here, this horror talk, while we're here at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Let me know if you guys see anything in the background. So far, nothing's going on. No sightings, no weird things going on here. So let me know if you see anything. If I start like flying across the room, then, well, you'll see that there. But okay, so the main thing I want to talk about here today is we have the Movie Canon Horror Icon election. So this is the 4th annual Horror Icon election that I do. I mainly do it on Instagram, or only do it on Instagram, so that people can vote and they can choose who the scariest horror icon is for the year. For example, back in when I first started this, I started doing it during the pandemic in 2020. So I started doing these little polls, horror icon election of these horror characters that we know. I put them against each other in pairs, and little by little, week by week, we would eliminate the horror icons until we get to the main one, the main horror icon of the year. So I started it in 2020. So if you haven't done so already, you could still vote. You just have to go to my Instagram page at The Movie Canon. And again, this is the 4th annual horror icon election. It's under my stories, a section of my Instagram page. So you go into the stories and you see the poll, and then you vote for, either it's between 2 horror icons, going against each other. So you choose one of them, who is the scarier icon of those 2. And then we move on to the next round, and so forth, all the way to we get the main ultimate horror icon, right? So we had our first elimination. So in total for this year, I did include 40 horror icons. Some of these horror icons are new. Some of these I did ask my followers on social media, on Instagram at The Movie Canon. I asked a few of you guys if certain characters should they be part of this horror icon election. A couple of them was Pearl, the Blair Witch, the puppets from Puppet Master. Last year, at the end of the horror icon election of 2022, I asked my followers on Instagram if Arts the Clown should join next year's horror icon election, which would have been this year, 2023, and he has joined, and so far he's doing pretty well so far. So those are just a couple that are fairly new. So in total we have 40 horror icon elections, narrowing it down to one horror icon, which I want to actually showcase closer to Halloween. So it's coming up. So the window that you see here, or the screen that you see here, these are the first 20 horror icons that have been eliminated. And some of these were kind of surprising, because I thought some of these characters were more liked, or that they were just more popular. Because some of the things, when it comes to these polls and the elections, when it comes to this horror icon election, I think it really just depends on each individual's taste or feeling of the character itself. Not necessarily that they find the character scary, but they just may like the character more, or maybe like the franchise more. That's kind of what I'm starting to notice there throughout the years that I've been doing this. I know that is true sometimes, but sometimes it does kind of surprise me as to how you guys vote sometimes for these horror icons. So let's see. So let's go back to the ones who were eliminated, right? So 20 icons have been eliminated. So I'm going to name them here if I can actually look at the image here. So we have Pearl from the Pearl franchise, or the X franchise. So this is a fairly new character, right? So I think she just appeared last year, I believe, in 2022. So she hasn't been around for too long. But she made it this year, but she was eliminated right away, actually. She went against Art the Clown. So yeah, she was eliminated fairly quickly. The Mummy, or Emotep. Now the Mummy, we know he came back. He comes from the Universal Monsters movies, right? First of all, we saw him in the 1930 film, and then they did the remake with Brendan Fraser, and more recently they did that horrible Tom Cruise reboot of The Mummy. Frankenstein's monster, he was eliminated in the first round too. And actually, there's quite a few Universal monsters that were eliminated in the first round. I think last year there was a lot more that actually made it a little further. But Frankenstein's monster has been eliminated. Tiffany Valentine, Tiffany from Bride of Chucky, she was eliminated in the first round. Now she's one of the new ones that I just added. I actually had forgotten about Tiffany. I wasn't on purpose not including her in the elections. but for some reason I had forgotten about her, and then I've been watching the Chucky series that's on Peacock, and there was like, wait, I've never added Tiffany into this horror icon election for the movie canon, so I'm gonna add her this year, and she got eliminated already, so she's done. Another Universal monster is the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man. Now, the Invisible Man actually did last, or yeah. So while he didn't make it to the next round, he was eliminated in the first round, like all of these guys here. It was a little harder for whoever. I forgot who the other icon against him. I forgot who it was, but they he put more of a fight when it comes to making it through, right? So he didn't get eliminated very easily. So he was very close. So that was a bit surprising there, but either way, he was eliminated. So that was the Invisible Man, another Universal monster. The other person who was eliminated, which I actually didn't think they would be eliminated so quickly, is Jack Torrance. Jack Nicholson played the character in The Shining, Stephen King film, or based on the Stephen King book, I should say. So he was eliminated in the first round, and I think he made it further last year. But sometimes it depends on who the icon goes against. One particular icon. I do switch it up throughout the years. I try to change it up. If I've used two matchups last year or the year before, I do try to change it so that I'm not getting the same matchups. But yeah, Jack Torrance didn't make it. Annabelle from the Conjuring universe, she was eliminated. I think last year she probably made it to the second round, but not this year. Patrick Bateman, so from American Psycho, Christian Bale, I think he gets eliminated at the first round every time, I believe. So far, there hasn't been another horror icon that would actually, that maybe he does better at. So far, he's been eliminated at the first round. So then we have Norman Bates. Norman Bates, another Psycho, the original Psycho from the 1960 film from Alfred Hitchcock. So I'm surprised that he got eliminated. So I am a fan of the Psycho film. I think it's a great movie. If you've never seen the original Psycho, definitely watch it. It's a great movie. It's old, 1960, but it's a great movie. And I like the character, but he didn't make it this year. I think he made it a lot further last year, but got eliminated in the first round. The next one here is another Universal monster, which you can see on the right section of the screen here, and that's the Creature of the Black Lagoon, and the Universal monster. I don't think he usually goes far anyway, so he's eliminated. And then yet another Universal monster, Dracula. He was eliminated as well. And the Grabber, so played by Ethan Hawke, based on the movie that just came out a couple years ago, The Black Phone. He's new in this election. He's one of the characters that I asked the Movie Canon Instagram page and my followers there if he should make it into this election, and you guys voted yes. So he's in here, and he's already eliminated, so he's gone. The Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I know if they made it further last year and eliminated in the first round. I know these Killer Clowns went against Reagan and The Exorcist, and I remember this being a pretty close race. So I think they just barely made it, or I'm sorry, they just barely got eliminated. But they got eliminated either way, so they're out. And then we have Samara from The Ring. I mainly focus on the 2002 movie that came out, the American version, I should say, in 2002. So I don't even know how many people remember this movie. I know I remember it because I know it was I was a teenager when this came out, so I watched it in theaters and all that. So I remember her, and I think a lot of people still remember her, but she obviously didn't make it, so she's eliminated. Then the Leprechaun, he got eliminated, and I think he usually gets eliminated fairly quickly too. So he's one of those that just doesn't make it that far. And then we have Sam from the film Trick or Treat. It's a Halloween favorite. The movie itself, I'm not a huge fan of the actual movie, but I always thought it was just okay. I never really thought it was that great, but the character looks cool. I do like the character, but you guys just didn't find him to be that scary, so he's eliminated. And this new one guy, he's new in this election. I believe it's called Jin. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. So he's the Wishmaster. So he comes from the Wishmaster movies. And I don't even think I've ever seen a single Wishmaster movie, to be completely honest with you. If I have, it must have been a really long time ago and I just don't remember it. But he got eliminated, so he's out. Then we have, this is just one of the puppets from, there's several puppets in the movie or the franchise, the Puppet Master. So he was one, these puppets are the ones that I asked, again, my followers on social media, if they should make it to this election, and you guys said yes, but they're eliminated already in the first round. And then we have two left here. So we have the Purgers from this image is from the first Purge movie, but they basically represent all the Purge movies. So just this is the main one because it's from the first film, and I think this is the image that most people associate with the franchise overall, or at least the first film. So they were eliminated. I don't remember if they've ever made it too far in the previous years. Maybe to the second round, but they're gone already here in this fourth annual horror icon election. And the last one here, we have the Fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer, or I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Maybe some of you guys remember this. Your 90s kids may know who the Fisherman is. For those Gen Zers, you probably don't know what this is. I Know What You Did Last Summer is not as popular as Scream, but it was around that era or that time frame where these teenage horror slasher movies were coming out. Urban Legend, Scream, this movie. The Fisherman was the villain for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And he didn't make it, so he's been eliminated. So yes. So again, everyone, if you're just joining me, I am here from the Roosevelt Hollywood Hotel. Supposedly it's haunted. I haven't seen anything yet. If you guys see anything move in the background, let me know. I am alone right now. I am staying with other people, but at the moment, for the rest of the night or most of the night, I'm going to be alone. So just let me know if you guys see anything, hear anything while I'm doing this live stream. So there you go. All right, so moving forward here. So I already talked about, the horror icon election or the eliminations, but I do have a few more things about that. So let's see here. So that was the first round eliminations. And we do have the next round. So this will be the second round, right? So at first it was 40 horror icons, 40 horror icons, and now it's down to 20, right? So this is the second round. So these are the next 20, the last 20, and we just did this poll actually. We just did this poll, and let me see if I could actually get into my Instagram page so you guys can actually see it. So let's see here, because I want you to guys see the percentage, and sometimes it shows it, sometimes it doesn't. So it's kind of hard to tell. So hold on a second here while I try to get that here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm looking for, because we just did this one right here. So Art the Clown versus the Creepers. So let me just Let me just want to make sure that you guys were actually able to see this before I move forward here. So hold on a moment here. Okay, so it looks like you guys can see it. Okay, so let me go back here to the page. Okay, so that's something else that I posted on my page on Instagram. Okay, so going back here, so we have Art the Clown, the Creeper. So this is the first matchup from the second round. 56% Art the Clown, 44% the Creeper. And then we have here Chucky versus Hannibal Lecter. Chucky 59%, Hannibal Lecter 41%. So let me just go back to the main page here so that you guys can see. Okay, so hold on a second here. Okay, so we have Art the Clown versus the Creeper, right? So Art the Clown won. And the last time that I did this, I gave you a little bit of a synopsis of each of these characters. And I did mention last time that I'm just not going to be able to give you a synopsis of a little summary of each of these characters, but some of them I will. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do that. So the Creeper is a fictional character, and I'm getting this from the internet obviously, but the Creeper is a fictional character and the main antagonist in the 2001 horror film Jeepers Creepers, its 2003 sequel Jeepers Creepers 2, and their 2017 Jeepers Creepers 3. It is an ancient, mysterious demon who seeks organs from humans to eat or replace the damaged ones. It hunts for 23 days every 23rd spring by scaring its victims and using the scent of fear to determine what it needs to feed on. Right? So that's the Creeper. So if you guys did not vote for him, well, he's eliminated now, so he's out of the race. But I still wanted to, give a little synopsis here. So yesterday we also did, Chucky versus Hannibal Lecter in this second round. And last time I did a horror talk episode about the horror icon election. I gave you a little synopsis of Chucky, but not of Hannibal Lecter. So I'll give you a little synopsis of Hannibal Lecter now. And he just recently got eliminated, by the way, but I just wanted to still mention it here. So we have Hannibal Lecter which is based on the franchise, for an American media franchise, which is based around the titular character Hannibal Lecter, a brilliant cannibalistic serial killer whose assistance is routinely sought out by law enforcement personnel to aid in the capture of other criminals. He originally appeared in the series of novels starting with Red Dragon in 1981 by Thomas Harris. The series has since expanded into film and television, having 4 timeline-connected franchise films produced by Dino De Laurentiis' company, The Silence of the Lambs, 1991, which is an Oscar winner, and actually got Anthony Hopkins his first Oscar for playing Hannibal Lecter. And then the film Hannibal, which came out in 2001, and then Red Dragon, which came out in 2002. And there was another, a little prequel movie that came out called Hannibal Rising. The first 3 films, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and Red Dragon, all starred Anthony Hopkins. So he was in all those 3 movies. And the best one was definitely, I think, was Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon. I didn't like Hannibal. We have someone here in the chat. It says, Gundam 0592. Are these polls done on Instagram? Yes, they are on Instagram. I try to do them on YouTube, but the way that I want to present them, that there's not as they don't come out the way I wanted to. The way that the polls look and work on Instagram, I think it works better. So I've been using Instagram. So yeah, the polls are on Instagram. So you can vote for, the horror icon, who's going to be this year's horror icon. So thanks for that, Gundam 0592. Okay, so the next thing here we have Freddy versus Pinhead. So I think he's the poll for today. Yeah, so he's the poll for today. And let me look where we're at there with these two. Let's see. Okay, so we have Freddy Krueger is at 68% as of right now, 8:37 p.m. Pacific time. Freddy is winning, 68%. Pinhead, 32%. So we got that. And for the other one for today, these are today's matchup, is Pennywise and Jigsaw. And let's see what the results are there. Again, I'm looking this on my Instagram page, my story section. That's where I put the stories, or the polls, I should say. So we have here Pennywise is winning, as I'm sure a lot of you would expect, 78%. Jigsaw, 22%. So I don't think I gave a little synopsis, a little summary of any of these two characters here. Actually, let me go back to Freddy versus Pinhead. I don't recall if I don't think I talked about Freddy last time, so I'll give you a little synopsis of Freddy. Not like you guys don't know who Freddy Krueger is, but I still like to do a little summary if I can. So Freddy Krueger is a fictional character and the primary antagonist in the A Nightmare on Elm Street film series. He was created by Wes Craven and made his debut in Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984 as the malevolent, what am I mispronouncing that? Malevolent spirit of a child killer who had been burnt to death by his victims. Victims' parents after evading prison. Krueger goes on to murder his victims in their dreams, causing their deaths in the real world as well. In the dream world, he is a powerful force and seemingly invulnerable. However, when Freddy is pulled back into the real world, he has normal human vulnerabilities and can be destroyed. So a lot of you guys know who Freddy is, and he is in this horror icon election. He has won twice out of the 3 elections, and right now he is the reigning champion. So Freddy Krueger is the reigning champion as of right now, so someone else could overthrow him this year, but it's up to you guys. It is up to you. And let's see. And then Pinhead. So Pinhead, I'll give you a little synopsis of Pinhead there too. So we have Pinhead. Is a fictional character and the main antagonist of the Hellraiser franchise. The character first appeared as an unnamed figure in the 1986 Clive Barker novella, The Hellbound Heart. When Clive Barker adapted the novella into the 1987 film Hellraiser, he referred to the character in early drafts as the Priest, but the final film gave no name. The production and makeup crew nicknamed the character Pinhead, derived from his bald head and studded with nails, and fans accepted the sobriquet, probably mispronouncing that word. The name was then used in press materials, tie-in media, and on-screen in some of the film sequels, although Barker himself despises this. So that's Pinhead, and he was in the poll or in the election last year against Freddy, as you can see here. We have Billy Goat 126 saying highs. So hello there, Billy Goat. Chevel, watching right now this live stream, this Friday the 13th special from the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Just talking a little bit about the horror election here and some of the eliminations and the ones that are coming up. So thanks for watching now. So that's Freddy versus Pinhead. And there's a few more here. So as I mentioned earlier, we have Pennywise versus Jigsaw. Right, so Pennywise versus Jigsaw, and so far, Pennywise is winning by far. I guess Jigsaw's not as scary or as popular as Pennywise is. And this is not unexpected. Pennywise has won the whole thing in the past. Like I said, this is the fourth time that I'm doing this horror icon election, and Freddy has won twice, and Pennywise did win once. So he's definitely one of these top ones here. Gundam0592 says, not much of a Pinhead fan, but it must suck to create a character and hates the name that the fan base gives it. Yep. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. People give you, like, I guess just like in general, people give you nicknames or whatever. But it does kind of suck that we have this creator, this artist or whatever, who creates this character, and he's calling him the priest, like, that's his name for him, but then someone else changes it. Now, according to what I read, it says that the movie itself never actually referenced the name, so I guess they were kind of open to maybe someone changing it. But yeah, that part kind of sucks. But yeah, so far, like I said, Pinhead is losing against Freddy here. So, but going back here to Pennywise and Jigsaw, so I'll give you a little synopsis, a little summary of these two characters here. So let's see. So we already went to that. Okay, so let's talk about Pennywise. So Pennywise is very popular, especially lately, since the Bill Skarsgård, the 2017 movie that came out. So I'm gonna read what it says here on the internet. It says, it is a main character, main antagonist in the Stephen King's 1986 horror novel, It. The character is an ancient, transdimensional evil entity who preys upon the children, and sometimes adults, of Derry, Maine, roughly every 27 years, using a variety of powers that include the ability to shapeshift, manipulate reality, and go unnoticed by adults. During the course of the story, it primarily appears in the form of Pennywise the Dancing Clown. The Losers Club becomes aware of Pennywise's presence after he kills Bill's little brother, Georgie. So, again, still reading this online, this is Stephen King stated in a 2013 interview that he came up with the idea for Pennywise after asking himself what children feared more than anything else in the world, and feeling that the answer was clowns. King thought of a troll like the one in the children's cell, Three Billy Goats Gruff, though he imagined it living in a sewer system rather than under a bridge. So that's Pennywise, and as a lot of us know, Pennywise was played by Tim Curry, which I actually just recently met at CreepyCon. I met Tim Curry, and so he played Pennywise from the TV version of the movie, and then Bill Skarsgård recently played Pennywise in the 2017 and then the sequel, It Part 2. So he played the character there. Let's see here. Billy Ghost says Pinhead. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that is Pinhead. And Pinhead, I think I've only seen maybe a couple of I think I saw the first two Hellraiser movies, and I saw the most recent one that came out. I think it came out last year on Hulu, and I actually did like that movie. And they changed the actor. Obviously, it's a different actor and everything, different characters and all that. But I did like that new Hellraiser movie that came out last year. Billy Goat 126 says, I thought Tim Curry died like in 2010. No, he had a really bad stroke. I think it was in 2012. He had like a really bad stroke that led to him. He has to be in a wheelchair now. And actually, when I met him a couple weeks ago, he was in a wheelchair, and he can move a little bit, but he's definitely not like he used to be. And he still does some work, like voice work, and I think he does some other work, but obviously he's a lot more limited. But no, he's still quite alive. But he did have this really bad stroke, which limited him a lot. So that's Tim Curry, and let's see. So I was talking about Pennywise. Okay, so Jigsaw. So let's talk a little bit about Jigsaw, based on the Saw movies, right? Now he's a different kind of villain, I think, anyways. So we have John Kramer, who is a fictional character and the main antagonist of the Saw franchise. Jigsaw made his debut in the first film of the series, Saw, or the film series Saw, and appears in all the subsequent sequels with the exception of Spiral, in which he is mentioned and is featured in photographs. He is portrayed by American actor Tobin Bell. The character of John Kramer is killed off at the end of Saw 3. Spoilers, everyone. This movie has been out for over a decade. But appears in flashbacks and subsequent films, with the exception of Spiral, as well as in Saw X. So Saw X is a movie that just came out a few weeks ago, which I did watch, and it actually wasn't bad. The latest Saw movie is not bad. So I do recommend you've seen that. It's definitely a little different than the other ones. At least there's a little bit more substance to it. It is set directly right after the first film, but obviously before the second one. And that's again referring to Saw X or Saw 10. So that's Jigsaw. Jigsaw is losing. Pennywise is taking over. And most likely he's going to win because the day is almost over. So the night is almost over. And so far, if you go to my Instagram, social media, then you'll see that he is losing big time. All right, so let's see. All right, so I think this, yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's another image here of some future matchups. As you can see, there's Ghostface, Michael Myers, Alien. I just recently added Alien, and then this is the girl from Blair Witch, but she represents the Blair Witch, even though there's no really an image of Blair Witch in any of the movies, especially the first one. So I just used her to represent the Blair Witch. But these are just a few that are still upcoming. But like I said, we have these number of horror icons. We're little by little eliminating them, narrowing them down, and so forth, until we get to one main horror icon. Is it going to be Freddy? Is it going to be Pennywise? Are we going to have a brand new one this year? Maybe we'll have Michael Myers this time, or Art the Clown. Who knows, right? But yeah, so it's up to you guys. You guys vote on my Instagram page at The Movie Canon. Vote so that you can choose who will be the scariest, the most horrific horror icon of The Movie Canon. So do that. Gundam0592 says, do you have a favorite in the tournament, or would you rather not say to not influence the vote? I don't think it'll really influence it. I mean, I can probably tell you who my favorite is. I do like Freddy. I do like Michael Myers. I like Jason, and I like Pennywise. I guess those are probably the main ones. And I have some other ones that I liked a little bit, but I don't really think they're scary myself. Like Chucky. Like, I think Chucky's funny. Like, I like the character, but I don't think he's actually scary. He's still in the running, so who knows what happens to that. And then there's Reagan, Reagan from The Exorcist, mainly because I like the film, mainly. But what are some other ones that are still in the running? Let's see. I think those are like the main ones, I would say. Like between Freddy, Michael Myers, Jason. This would be probably the top three, I would say, at least for me. And so it just depends on others, what you guys think are scarier, right? So Now, the things that sometimes I want to know when it comes to the voting is, do you guys vote because you like the franchise or you like the character, or do you actually think the character is scarier than the other character that is in the matchup, right? So that's kind of the part that I kind of want to try to figure out sometimes. I actually don't really vote in the polls myself because I want to, if we get to, because in the past we've gotten to ties, right? We've gotten to ties, and I don't actually vote until we get to the point where there's a tie, and then at that point, I just gonna have to vote to break the tie. I'm like a tiebreaker. So I don't actually vote the majority of the time unless it's a really, really close race. Then I'll go in and vote my opinion there to, get a winner. So I don't have to do the whole thing all over again. Because in the past I've had to do that. We'll have to do another round. I have to do it again until we get a winner or whatever. So that's why I try to avoid that. And to some of you guys who are just joining now, like I said, I am from the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in LA. Supposedly it's haunted. I haven't seen anything. I'm in a living room right now. I am alone. In this room anyways, not in the building, but I'm alone. Nothing has happened so far. Nothing weird has happened so far. But I am at a supposedly haunted hotel. I think it says AYTube I'm sorry, it's iTube. Freddy all the way. If we don't have dreams, all we got are nightmares. Yeah. So let me know, guys. What are your thoughts on these horror icons? Like, what are your what is your thought process when you choose these horror icons? Like I mentioned, I like Freddy, and kind of what iTube said right now, because everyone's gonna fall asleep, right? Like you're gonna fall asleep eventually, and then once you fall asleep, Freddy's gonna get you, and then you're done. I mean, you can try to fight it as much as you can or whatever, but it's gonna happen. And then when it does happen, the chances of you surviving are very slim, right? Jason, I think it's more of a thing about me growing up with the character. Like, yeah, if Jason existed and if I actually had to like face him, like I'm walking down the street and I see Jason, this huge ass guy with a freaking hockey mask and a huge ass machete and shit, then yeah, of course I will be afraid of that, and I will try to outrun him. But yeah, I guess I would say that there's, when it comes to more like Freddy and stuff like that, it's like, well, he's gonna get you regardless. Maybe you can get away from Jason, maybe, unless he uses this whole, later on in the Friday the 13th franchise and the movies, he gets more like supernatural and stuff. So then that's a different situation. If we get that kind of Jason, or we get like a Jason X type of thing, then that's a completely different situation there, right? And then let's say Michael Myers. Like, I like Michael Myers because I like the films, the movies, and the mask is cool, and overall I like the character, but he's kind of slow. So I think I could probably outrun him, but I do like him, and the thought of Michael Myers, I do think it is creepy and scary, but I think I probably could outrun him. I would think, right? So, and then when it comes to like, let's say Pennywise is just kind of creepy and scary, and he may actually get to me. I mean, I'm not a child or anything, but if for whatever reason I was on his list, I was a target, then yeah, I would definitely find him scary. I'm not really as scared of clowns or anything like that, but if some of you are like really afraid of clowns, like that's a phobia of yours, then that's even like 10 times worse for you. But yeah, Pennywise is a good choice too for best horror icon and so forth. Let me see if there's some other ones that I want to mention, maybe that are still in the running. I know Ghostface is still there. Leatherface is in the election. Ghostface and Leatherface, they could be scary because they could actually be real. Like they could actually exist in our world. Like there could be some weird idiot killer dressed up as Ghostface and try to kill people. Like that could happen. That is realistic. Leatherface, same thing. There could be some guy like that out there in the middle of nowhere. Maybe has this kind of lifestyle, that kind of family, or very similar circumstances that could actually be real, and you could actually deal with that in this real world, right? So that in itself is kind of scary. When it comes to those two, though, I would probably give the crown to Leatherface when it comes to Ghostface and Leatherface, because obviously I'll be more afraid of Leatherface than Ghostface, even though Ghostface might be fast. So those are the kind of things that you kind of look at least I would look at when it comes to choosing, voting who is scarier in these horror icon elections and so forth. So that's just me when it comes to all that stuff there. Let's see. I think that was the only thing I wanted to talk about here today. Just this horror icon election stuff. But some of you guys who have not entered yet or are interested, remember I'm still doing my Funko Pop giveaway. This Vampire Jack, it is still open. Go to my Instagram page, or there's a video on my channel that gives you the details about that as well. I just talk about the announcement and so forth. So you can enter here if you're interested in winning this. Must be a subscriber to the YouTube channel or a follower of the Instagram page and have an address within the United States for you to win. And then of course, this is still open. And I feel like I haven't really been pushing this one that much or advertising that much. I know I've been a bit busy in the last couple weeks or so, and I haven't really been streaming as much. But this Spider-Man 2 PS5 physical copy giveaway, that is still open, so that is still happening. And I think I may choose the winner in about a week or so. So again, you must have an address within the United States, and all the other stuff applies. You can go to my social media. I think I have like 4 posts about this giveaway for Spider-Man 2. So this is for the game, the physical copy, not the digital copy, the actual physical copy. So if you want this, follow the instructions and enter, and you can possibly win. I haven't exactly decided how I'm going to announce the winner. I know I needed a minimum number of entries to even give it away. I think we're there. I'm pretty sure we're there when it comes to the minimum number of entries. But yeah, it looks like I will be selecting a winner, and it looks like it might be a week from now. So again, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't followed the page, if you haven't entered and you're interested in this, make sure to do all that, subscribe to the channel and so forth. And for future content and other giveaways like this, live streams like this as well, things like that. So that's it. So I think that's gonna end this stream here. Again, I was here from the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in LA, supposedly haunted. I streamed this for like almost an hour, and no hauntings. Nothing going on with the walls, nothing moving in this supposedly haunted hotel. So here I am, nothing yet. But we made it here to the stream with nothing. So thank you guys for watching this. For the ones that watched this live, thank you for the ones who watched this after the fact. And just keep an eye out for future content, any other giveaways and so forth. And subscribe to the channel, follow the Instagram page, give it a like if you can too. I don't usually ask for likes, but I probably should ask for more likes so they can get more for the algorithm and so forth. So definitely do that so you can help the channel, and I can do more videos and do more giveaways and so forth. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This was a new episode of Horror Talk from the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel Horror Talk episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you guys next time.